I just want to start off by saying that I'm really disappointed in Angela Hill this evening. I expected a lot more from her in this fight. In the first round, she didn't really have anything for Tecia Torres. She was basically getting picked apart on the feet. Tecia Torres was very active in the first round, throwing a lot of punches, a lot of kicks. She was out. She was out striking Angela Hill, which is kind of surprising. You know, because Tisha's more of a grappler and a grappler slash striker. But the thing about Tisha was the first fight with Angela Hill, she out grappled her. She used a wrestling approach to the first fight. But in this fight, she used a striking approach and she beat her at her own game. Angela Hill's supposed to be a very, very good striker. So beating her at her own game was special tonight. I think she won all three rounds, in my opinion. 30-27 on all three judges' scorecards is what I expect to see for the judges' scorecards. If I don't see 30-27, I'm going to be pissed off because that's how I think the fight should have been. I was surprised that Angela Hill took a more grappling approach to the fight. I don't think you're going to be able to overcome the grappling differential between her and Tecia Torres in such a short amount of time. Tecia Torres looked amazing tonight. She looked very good. She was very active, throwing a lot of volume. Angela Hill's corner, they told her good advice. I mean, after the first round was over, they told her to throw a lot more volume, and that's what she should have done. But Angela Hill just looked like she had a hard time finding her range tonight. Just couldn't pull the trigger for some weird reason. I mean, Dominic Cruz and you know Daniel Cormier was saying it right the whole fight. Angela Hill just not throwing enough punches, not having enough activity for the judges. I get it, she gets a takedown. She got a couple takedowns in the fight, but all of the takedowns involved no control time. So the takedowns are basically useless because you didn't hold her down on the ground. You just let her get back up. Yeah. And there was no ground and pound. There was no actual, you know, a there was no there wasn't a consistent attack from Angela Hill in this fight. There was no consistent attack. There was no consistent combinations. Tecia Torres was the one throwing combinations. Angela Hill was just blocking, parrying, avoiding, slipping, and countering with a couple 1-2s. But she wasn't throwing any combinations to try and end the fight. She wasn't coming forward with bad intentions. She did not look like her usual self. I guess that was because Tecia Torres was coming forward and blitzing her with such good combinations that Angela Hill couldn't really do much to stop that. So, yeah, that's how I feel about the fight. I think that the coaches did her a disservice in this fight. Telling her to grapple with Tecia Torres, not the best game plan for the fight. I don't know what was the game plan for this fight because it seemed pretty strange. The coach, after the first round, was telling her to be more aggressive and to have more activity. And then after the second round was over, Angela Hill's coach told her to take her down and to drive her to the fence and get the clinch and then trip her. But, I mean, that worked in the first round, but I don't know, like, why would you tell her to go for takedowns after the end of the second round if you know that her grappling background is not to where she can submit someone in like 5 minutes? I think there has to be a consistent attack of grappling for her to wear the opponent down over 2 rounds for her to use the grappling in the last round to finish it. Because she's not a world class grappler per se. It takes years to develop grappling expertise on the ground. And you don't learn that overnight. You don't even learn that in 1 year. You learn that over a consistent, hard years of hard work and dedication, blood, sweat, and tears. That's how you get a good ground game. But this fight was pretty entertaining. Tecia Torres was really the one that made the fight. She did a very good job. Good fight, man. I mean, It was a good fight. It was pretty entertaining. Let's see what the official decision is. Let's see what the judges thought it was. What did they think? Tecia Torres, of course, she deserved the win. Congratulations to Tecia Torres. I thought she won the fight, and I thought she deserved the win to win the fight. I'm happy for Tecia. I don't know who she will fight next, though. I mean, in the UFC strawweight division, let's see the rankings real quick before the Michael Chiesa fight. So UFC strawweight rankings. Let's see. So Tish Torres, she could probably fight someone like Claudia Gadelha or Michelle Waterson. Not Mackenzie Dern because she's probably gonna fight for the title in a couple fights. Maybe Yan Xiaonan will be a good fight too. That would be pretty interesting. Yan Xiaonan or Claudia or Michelle. I would love to see a Michelle Waterson fight or a Yan Xiaonan fight because Yan Xiaonan just lost to Carla Esparza, right? So she needs a comeback fight. And everyone else is pretty much booked. I mean, Mackenzie's not gonna want to fight Tisha Torres. She's below the rankings. Angela Hill, what does she do from here? Probably fight Felicia Herrig or Amanda Lemos. Amanda Lemos is a tough fight for her. Not really. She's a striker, but I'm surprised she got outstruck by a grappler tonight. So I think that might be a bad matchup for her. She's striking is pretty bad. Maybe it's time for her to retire because she's over. How old is she now? Like 37 or something? She's not old, but she's getting up there, you know. Now, what do the fans think about this fight? They think, is Angela ever going to win a fight in the UFC? She did beat Ashley Yoder, though, right? Like, that's she did beat Ashley Yoder. So pre and post USADA, Tisha wins already. Is Angela? Well, she beat. Didn't she? She beat Ashley Yoder. She did beat Ashley Yoder, so that's one thing, you know. But I don't think Angela Hill is a top fighter. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Angela Hill. I actually really love you as a fighter. I'm a big fan. I really admire you as a fighter. But I'm sorry. Like I gotta be honest. Like you're not a top elite fighter. Sorry, Angie. I know you put your whole life into the sport, and to hear that is kind of devastating, and to lose a fight is devastating too. Because now she's gonna be she's in a tough spot because if you look at Angela Hill's record, she's basically fought the best of the best, the elite of the elite in the strawweight division. She fought everybody that there was to fight. You know, everybody. She fought Michelle Waterson, Ashley Yoder. Ashley Yoder was a step down in competition though. Ashley Yoder was a bum. Michelle, that was a tough fight. Claudia Gadelha was a tough fight. And then Yan Xiaonan, but she lost that fight. But that was also another tough fighter. Courtney Casey, I mean, I don't know these chicks, but Randa Marcos is a pretty good fight. Nina Ansaroff, also another good fighter. Jessica Andra. So she's fought like the who's of the division already. She's lost to most of them, but she still fought them. So, you know, she's had a very rough road to her, like, to her destination right now. She's had a really rough road to the UFC in the UFC. Yeah, I mean, she talked a lot of shit before the fight too. She was saying that Tisha Torres was scared to fight her and blah blah blah. I mean, really? After this performance, I don't know if you can talk shit and you are not a good fighter, Angela Hill. That's just the truth. You need to go and fight some contenders and earn your way back up again, which will take a while, but